I'm Eric, you're watching Notes and Nerds, and we're going to be talking about slime. Alright guys, so in this episode we're going to be talking about slime, and we're not going to be doing the usual type of, in this episode we're making, no, we're not going to be doing that. We're not making slime. We're actually going to be talking about a couple slimes that you can find practically everywhere at Dollar General, Dollar Tree, various dollar stores, Walmart, etc. And we're really going with this angle on the whole concept that a lot of classic toys like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a lot more out there all relied heavily on slime features. Now, I don't have any of the toys that had the slime features, unfortunately, but I do want to talk about what you should consider purchasing for stupid cheap prices so you can have fun with those slime features. So let's go ahead and let's talk about slime. All right, guys, so we're talking about slimes, and we got 4 different types. And this is my daughter, Clarissa. Say hi.
Hi.
She is an awesome artist. You should check her Facebook page out. It's at facebook.com/galacticpixel, or pixels, I forgot if it's pixels with an S. Galactic Pixels. I'll put the link in the description below. So we're going to be talking about slimes. The first slime we have here is what?
Crazy Art slime. It is scented like green apple, and it's pre-made, store-bought.
All these, I will point out, are store-bought. None of these are homemade. This one's just labeled slime. This is those silly sludge canisters, or whatever you want to call them. This one is by Jaru, located in Jacksonville, Florida. It's made in China. This one says one thing, but it's not it. This is actually those little snot popper things that you buy at Walmart that have little figures in them. Don't recommend it. Let's start with this one. This is actually a pretty good slime. It has that funky smell. I have it in this container just because I needed to put it somewhere. It is different, 3 different colors.
2 different.
3, because there's a light yellow, a green, and the orange. I love the consistency. Got it out here enough. Yeah, it does look like its name, snot. It oozes out really, really nicely. But here's the problem with it, guys, gals, kids, people. This slime is expensive because it comes in these little containers that you literally have to pop like snot bubbles. It's cool and fun to play with, but you have to make sure you have another container. If you do not have something to keep it in, kind of sucks, doesn't it? But
it'll dry out and get all icky.
Put your hand out. Overall, though, the consistency is decent, but there is one problem I don't like about it. It leaves this really gross residue on it. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being totally fun and awesome, Clarissa, what do you think?
2.
A 2?
Yeah.
I was thinking a 2 or 3 myself, simply because I love the consistency, but 2 things I don't like about it.
The smell. And
It smells like detergent.
Some people do use detergent to activate their slime.
Yeah.
You could have used it in.
Borax is a popular chemical.
Which you have to see.
And it tastes gross.
Don't taste it.
You should never taste it, guys. It's not safe necessarily, but it is supposed to be non-toxic in small quantities. But a lot of them have a chemical in them, a bitterant as they call it, to deter young children from trying to eat it. And of course, we're not reviewing this for kids. We're reviewing this for the adult toy collectors that have awesome slime features.
And I love slime. I have like a lot. I make them a lot of my cousins. Most of them are homemade and not store-bought because I really don't like the store-bought. They're mostly jiggly like this stuff.
They kind of have that putty feel to them too. But all right, let's talk about these. These usually go for about $1 a container at your dollar stores. The lid on this one is a pain in the rear end to remove. It's actually pretty old. I've had this for a couple years now, and it stinks. This one definitely, it smells better than this one, and it doesn't feel as gross.
There's a lot more than what was in there.
Yeah, this is how much is in there. This is not additions or whatever. And surprisingly, this, like I said, is over 2 years old. It's held up exceptionally well. And look at the consistency, guys. This is really good, slimy, oozy consistency. And it doesn't leave a lot of residue on the hands. This is not to be squeezed like that. So yeah, I mean, it's got a really excellent consistency. Let me look back here, guys. I'm gonna look for a quick toy. Alien from Space Invaders. Just
slides right off.
Slides right off because the texture of the figure, but it definitely has a fun effect. I don't have any other figures that I can just grab, and I forgot to grab a toy. Oh, here we go. Little Skylanders. In this case, Slime Landers. But yeah, I mean, the consistency of this one is impressive. I like the consistency. It's really thick. It's got a good color. This reminds me of some of the slimes from back when I was a kid. And it oozes through the hands just perfectly. I really like it. What do you rate it?
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
Maybe a 3.
3 or 4.
3.5.
Somewhere in there. I like the container too. It's great. I have a photo. It's on my Instagram for Notes and Nerds. Instagram.com/Notes and Nerds. You have to look for it a little bit, but I have a shot where I took these old little Ninja Turtle figures from Dollar General, and this works really well with those for the idea that it's selling. This one is probably my most impressive one. It's huge in comparison, not as big as that one. 12 ounces for a whole $1. And this is the one that you saw in the thumbnail. Splat. Consistency and color is very similar to this one. It's by a different company. Overall, though, the consistency is really good. It has a really good slime effect going on it. And another thing that we haven't really mentioned yet is when the slime rips apart, how well does it come back together? And it reconnects itself pretty quickly, like it should.
That's a horrible example, but whatever.
After a while, like any good slime, it should come back together.
I just have
because she ripped it apart, it's being a little difficult to manage. But look at that. That is some good consistency. It just sits in the hand. It doesn't have the funky smell that the other two have had. I love the container. It's huge. It's big. The stuff doesn't leave too much of a residue. Again, it's a wet residue, but not too bad. And the container is really easy to open. What do you think? 1 out of 5.
4.
Definitely a 4. Definitely a 4. I would put it closer to a 5, honestly, because one, for $1, you get this much. The consistency is perfect for your slime features in like the Hordak slime pit, the Ghostbusters stuff, Ninja Turtle play sets, the whole 9 yards. It's got the perfect consistency, just like this one, minus the stink. And yes, off camera, I did kind of lick it. It's not bitter.
Why would you lick it?
Because if you're happen to you're doing something, you just happen to go like this, or you're like, you scratch your mouth and you taste it, and you're like, ah! Well, in this case, you don't. All right, this stuff, how much did we pay for this one? Wasn't it like $5 or so, but it was on sale at Walmart?
It's $5 and that was it.
I think this stuff is $5. It's the Crayola or Crazy Art, which they make all the art stuff. This is a pretty interesting slime, Clarissa. Let's go ahead and open this up. First off, I want to do this.
Don't lick it.
It is scented, green apple.
Oh my god, don't lick my slime.
I didn't lick the slime. But here's the thing I don't like about this slime. it's not oozy like, you know, those. So in your slime features, and remember guys, we're not rating these on the overall perfect quality kind of thing. We're rating these based off of how well they'll work in a slime feature. And let's go ahead and grab my little figure here, and let's...
I would not recommend trying to put that on the figure.
It's okay. Look at this. This is the point I'm making. It does have some fun with it in small quantities, but when you have slime feature toys, you are going to run into the problem of it oozing through correctly. Plus, like I'm experiencing right now, it gets into those cracks and crevices on these figures, and it does make it difficult to peel off. It's kind of a weird consistency. I wouldn't call it a putty consistency like you do see a lot of other slimes that you can buy at Walmart. Because we had this one that had a really thick, pasty, kind of putty consistency where I would not actually call it slime. And like I said, this is getting...
store-bought one downstairs.
Yeah, we'll worry about that one some other time. But this, I would say, is a good brand for the whole slime feature issue. I'd put this one definitely up there as a 4, solid 4, where this one is much better for the oozing effects that you get with those toys that you're looking to have happen. I'm still peeling off little bits of slime here and there. That kind of sucks. So I would really recommend being careful with this stuff and being aware of what kind of figure and toy you're going to use it with, because yeah, I mean, this is pretty good. This is a lot of fun to play with. It's got a good rip. I like the ripping effect and the tearing, and it does come together really nicely. And I like the smell of the hand after you're done playing with it. But overall, 4 for the slime features. 5 for you, because you're not looking at it the same way I am. For the slime feature, this is definitely a good 4. It's solid, it's thick, and it will give you a lot of good play time with it. But honestly, I think this big old boy, if you're able to find this, is your #1 best bet, just because of this consistency and how it feels. And it doesn't stink. It doesn't have a smell really at all. A little bit of a smell, but nothing too bad. So yeah, definitely fun, definitely interesting, and that pretty much covers it right there, guys.
I love the bubble pops.
The bubble pops are the best. All right, guys, so thank you for tuning in, and we got a lot more coming your way. Hey guys, if you want to help support Notes Nerds, please go to our Patreon at patreon.com/notesnerds, where you can give a little to get a lot back. Tiers are only starting at just $1 whole dollar. If you also want to help support us by owning some of our personal merch, please go to shop.notesnerds.com, where you can purchase anything you like t-shirts, stickers, posters, totes, and a whole lot more. Don't forget to go to all of our social medias at YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, where you can subscribe, follow, like, all that good stuff to keep up with what we're doing. Also, go to our website at www.notesnerds.com, where you can check out our blog, you can check out our calendar for convention dates coming up, where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing, and all that good stuff. So, thank you, and tune in next time. 3, 2,